All right, guys, what's up? It's time for another weekly or so eBay ending watch list review video. It is February 10th, guys. My name is Jeremy Lee. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to look at some auctions that ended over the past few weeks on eBay, give some thoughts. I'd like to shout out a couple new sponsors to the channel here in February. Just look up above, right up above me right there, GP Sports Cards, guys. Check them out for box breaks on YouTube, right here on YouTube. And over there, we got Chronosio. Check out Chronosio and Rolling Insights as well. Want to welcome them all. Don't forget about existing partners and sponsors, guys. We got, over there, we got REA Auctions, The Expo, Slab Sharks, of course, Fanatics Collect, Upper Deck, Mint Inc., everybody, Just Collect, Fund Your Cards. The next Fund Your Card show is coming up here on Thursday. We got 90s Auctions, Card Ladder with the affiliate link in the description. MC Sports Cards. We got MC Mondays Live. Come later this month, The National, and again, Chronosio, Rolling Insights, and GP Sports Cards. Thank you to all of them. And keep in mind, I am also invested in Tag, but they're not up there right now. I've ran out of space. We'll see if we can squeeze them in later. All right, guys, let's get to today's video and items. And we're going to start with one of my favorite 90s inserts. And this is actually a parallel of an insert. I like that even more. 1997. Upper Deck 6th Sense Masters Wizards, 100 copies produced. This is a PSA 10. It's a Pop 2. I own a copy. I have a PSA 9 in my collection. I love this card, guys. It's so cool under the light. But this PSA 10 Pop 2 sold by my friend Porco, $4,050 US. What a great looking card. My other favorite 90s Gretzky, 90s insert. This is a parallel. Bowman's Best Atomic Refractor. This is a PSA 8. It's a low pop. I don't know the pop itself right now, but seller says low pop. Sells for $4,351 USD. That's an 8. 9s and 10s are going to go for a lot more, I would have to think. All right, next up. Now, I collect this set, and I wanted this card. I don't have the Patrick Waugh. This is a one color, still a cool one color, sold by our friends at MC Sports Cards. I did not buy it though. 96 US. Kind of wish I would have. I should have. I was also watching this Crosby because I have a copy myself, and I wanted to see what this one would do. It does 260 USD here for the Crosby. Next up, the Ovechkin. I don't have an Ovechkin. I wanted this card. I think it's awesome. It's even got some blue up in the corner there. I wanted it, but I just ducked out at 306 USD. Was too much for me. A beautiful card offered by MC Sports Cards. We had here a PSA 4 Gretzky Opeachy rookie card sold by ComC. And guys, this is a beautiful 4. Look at the rough cut is nice. The centering is excellent. This is a great copy. The registration, not perfect, but very strong still. I don't know. This was a great looking card. Whoever won this one got themselves a very high-end PSA 4. Congratulations to them. We had a Gretzky Year the Great One, Quantum Gold 1 of 1 by AA Sports Cards Vahuda. I know these guys, great guys. Proceed with trust when it comes to dealing with them. This sells for $1,126. Now, this is a crazy patch on this second year limited logos from the Cup, Alexander Ovechkin. An absolutely crazy piece of the eagle right there with the nice autograph there. This was graded a PSA 7, sells for $9,600 USD. I think we've seen this card move a couple times. This was done by MC Sports Cards. I love collecting a very small amount of Sam Reinhart patch autos in my collection. I have 3. Here's one that is very nice. It sold for $80. I probably should have bought that one, but I'll watch for another copy. There are 99 of them. You know, I love my dual patch autos from the Cup. This is a dual signature patches from 2015. Bill Guerin and Brett Hull. 2 great patches. Measly 107 US. I should have bought that. Really nice card right there. I'll watch for another copy. Look, I mean, jambalayas have just been, they've just made too many of them. When a Connor McDavid jambalaya graded a 9.5 only sells for $143, you know that the jambalaya brand is just not what it once was, and it's kind of sad to see, but it is what it is. A couple of really nice limited logos coming up here by Probstein. This Mario Lemieux with a 10 auto, a beautiful blue auto, just gorgeous by Lemieux. Some people, especially the Gong Show guys, like to call him Oli Lefsa because that's what they think his autograph reads out. This does $790 US, while this Dominic Hasek with also a sick, beautiful autograph, graded authentic auto 10, does $320. Buyer of both of these cards sent me a message on Instagram and said, hey, look what I just got. I said, nice buys. Congratulations. I love them both. They were on my watch list. The Wayne Gretzky 0506, the Cup base card, always sells well. This BGS 8.5 sells for $437 US. I watch these. I own one of the 2 PSA 10s, and so I like to see what they sell for. MC Sports Cards sold this Fleer Retro Essential Credentials Pavel Bure. This is the future, numbered out of 36, PSA 9, got $975 US. Great card. Love Essential Credentials. This sold by Slabshark. This is one of my clients' cards. Yager Materialistics card out of 25, did 325 Canadian on Slabsharks. Not bad for a non-autoed cup card. And then a beautiful 0506 Ultimate Premium Patch, Patrice Bergeron. This was a different client's card of mine. I was watching because I was interested in what they would get for it. And I love this set. Gets $127.50 Canadian. This was not my client's card, but I love these dual auto Crosby cards from the Cup, dual patch, dual auto, 44 of 87. 2 different jerseys are featured with him wearing them here. $3,150 Canadian. I think that's such a cool card. Here's a dual auto Crosby Lemieux. It's a program of excellence from the Cup. Gets $1,575. This card is from 2011. Only 5 copies produced. And again, I'm watching these out of curiosity, just like this one here. This is an Ultimate Collection dual auto Crosby Lemieux, numbered out of 5. It's a CGC 9. Nice Lemieux, nice Crosby patch, I could say. Lemieux patch is one color. The only issue I have is that these are sticker autos. Still very nice autographs, though, and they're camouflaged pretty well on the card. Sells for $1,631 Canadian, which is about $1,140 USD. Now, these are not sticker autos. This is a dual enshrinement McDavid Crosby, PSA 8 on the card, 10 on the autos. Autos are great. Beautiful card. Sells for $6,600 Canadian dollars. Beautiful piece. This is a Nick Suzuki limited logos. I love the patch on this. $393 Canadian on this out of 50 with a nice on-card auto. And this was my client's card. Doug Gilmour honorable numbers out of 93 from first year Cup. Simple one-color patches, still gets $201.50 Canadian on Slabsharks. And this was a different client's card of mine I was watching because I think it's a beautiful card. When this client actually gave me the cards in person to submit on Slabsharks, I was so tempted to try and buy it from him for myself, but I didn't. I said, let's just throw it up on there, see what it does. And I don't think I would have paid 405 Canadian. So I think he did well on this card on eBay and Slabsharks. Beautiful Stamkos. He's just having such a bad year on Nashville. And of course, he's no longer on Tampa Bay. Another dual auto, both Sidney Crosby's program of excellence out of 5, sells for $23.12 Canadian, $16.16 USD on Slabsharks. Really cool card. You know, similar jerseys, of course, just different years or different versions of him dressing up for Team Canada. Johnny Gaudreau, the Cup RPA. Rest in peace, Johnny, but I'm glad your Eagles won the Super Bowl for you. 523 Canadian, 365 US. I was watching because I wouldn't mind grabbing another Gaudreau card or 2, but just haven't pulled the trigger yet. We'll see which cards I settle on. I love this card. Dual honorable numbers of Jerome Iginla and Mike Keane, only 12 made. Both nice patches. 202 Canadian, 140 US on Slabsharks. And again, I collect dual auto patches from Cup. I would have bought this, but Mike Keane is just not a player who I think is worthy of my collection there. So I held off, and because of that, Iginla didn't get into the collection on this card either. Another Ovechkin 0607 limited logos, not as nice of a patch as we saw earlier with the whole eagle face, but this one does get 3,300 Canadian or 2306 USD. Still a really nice 3-color patch right there, sold by Slabsharks. And look at this, the third one of the night, 0506 limited logos, 0607 limited logo Ovechkin with a really nice auto. Not as interesting of a patch, but still presents really well. Does 2,325 US. This one by MC Sports. This was a card that I picked up in a collection last summer. Sold it on Slabsharks just now. Trevor Linden, Pavel Bure, and Alexander McGillney. Triple patch, sticker autos from Leaf Paragon. Beautiful card, numbered out of 4. Got 270 Canadian, 188 USD. and a Carey Price. This one actually got more than I thought it would, 321 Canadian. That said, I did lose a few bucks on this card after the fees and everything. But a nice guy. And Carey Price, just, I mean, he's got his hardcore followers and collectors, but he's out of the league, never won the Stanley Cup. So his cards, I find, have been kind of tanking in value over the last few years. Not tanking, but they've definitely come down in value over the past few years, as has the people that want them. I had this card out at the Montreal Expo, no, not even a tire kicker on it. It seems like even the Montreal collectors don't care to collect any new Carey Price cards anymore. This Emblems of Endorsement, Pavel Datsyuk, got 270 Canadian on Slab Sharks. And this was one of my Dale Hawerchuk limited logos, got 210 Canadian. I had 13 of these at one point. I don't have that many anymore. I've still got a few, but willing to let a few of them go. Patrice Bergeron, dual patch auto from Ultimate Collection. Oh, guys, this was mine. I took a beating on this card, you guys, because I bought this at the Cleveland National off a table, off a guy there for, I think I gave him 300 US for it, I think, which translates to about 450 or so, 430 Canadian. And after fees, I'm gonna lose money on this, but that's my fault. I overpaid for it. Shouldn't have bought it for what I did. And but sometimes you're going to lose money on cards, and I certainly did on this one. I bought it for my PC at the beginning, but, you know, I'm like, I don't like the black auto that much. I just don't love the design of the card. Have a couple other Bergeron, so I'm going to let it go, and that's what happens. You know, we get in and out of cards sometimes and fall out of love with them, and that happened to me on this one. Here's another one. This one, I bought this from, again, I was watching a lot of my own cards just to see what they were going to do and to present them here to you guys today. This card, you know, this card would have been $1,500 10, 12 years ago. I bought this at the Edmonton Expo, and I think I paid $750 Canadian for it. It sells for $735 Canadian, but after the fees, I lose money on this card. But, you know, again, it happens. I'm going to take that money and put it into something else and just get on with my day. Peter Forsberg, scripted swatches on Slab Sharks here, sells for $247.50 Canadian. I'm not a huge fan of scripted swatches usually, but this one's not bad. The autograph actually shows well on that white patch behind it. This was my card. Chris Drury, 1/1 base patch auto parallel from the Cup. Really great card. Maybe his best card ever, but nobody really cares about Chris Drury anymore. 285 Canadian, 200 US is what it sells for. And just in terms of that card, I got that card in a trade where the guy way overpaid, in my opinion, for what he wanted from me. But the card I had wasn't available. He made me an offer I couldn't refuse. And so that card was part of it. So in my mind, I was into that card for zero, the Drury. So happy to get anything out of it. This Dale Hawerchuk, 96.50. I think I paid like $50 for this way back in 2019 or something like that. And so not a loser, but his cards just don't get what. Now listen, I'm biased. I'm from Winnipeg. I'm a huge Dale Hawerchuk fan. I lived 30 years in Winnipeg, and he was my guy as a kid. So obviously I'm biased, thinking that his cards should sell for more, especially with a nice 3-color game worn patch, a beautiful autograph. But $100 is what this sells for, and I think I still have a copy in my collection. Quinn Hughes, limited logos. Now, again, another card of mine that I sold on Slab Sharks. This one I purchased at the Van City Card Show, and I think I paid like 150 Canadian for this. So after fees, basically broke even on this card. It's a beautiful card, and I'm a Quinn Hughes fan. Crosby, this was mine as well. Lots of mine here, guys. I have had 2 copies of this in my collection, and I kept a different one. I let this one go. Went for $247. I don't remember exactly what I paid for it, but it was certainly less than that. So nice to let it go into another person's collection. I only need 1 copy of this card for myself. Henrik Zetterberg, look at the patch on this, guys. Look at that patch. I think I paid like $35 for this, back in like 2015 or something like that. Gets 122 Canadian. I'm going to miss this card, but, I'm, just can't keep everything all the time as we add more and more cards. Daniel Sedin here sells for $33. I wasn't super happy with this one, but I don't know that I lost any money on it. I probably got it for $20 back in the day. Zdeno Chara got me $51 on Slab Sharks. And this Nicholas Lidstrom, $88 is what this one sold for. So you can see I moved out of a lot of my premium swatches from Upper Deck Ultimate Collection. Again, I kept a whole bunch. One day I'll show you guys which ones I ended up keeping. Noise Boys Sidney Crosby. I sold this on Slab Sharks for $405 Canadian, $283 US. And again, just in the spirit of letting you know how I did, I think I got this card for like $15 way back in time. So I did okay with this one. And I just found that with the new Noise Boys coming out that are more true to the original design, where they actually like would bend in half and spring back into shape perfectly, I was willing to let it go, and I'll look at the new Noise Boys when I decide to do that. Sidney Crosby Platinum Medallion, another one that I'm like, just doesn't fit into my collection anymore. Lost a bunch of dough on this one. I think I paid like $150 for this, and probably whatever I netted after 61 Canadian, I lost money on this card, but it's okay. Sometimes you just want to clear things out and move on. Connor Hellebuck, limited logos, maybe the best patch possible from the Winnipeg Jets logo. Nice on-card auto, $740 Canadian, $517 US. I was actually really pleased to see a Winnipeg Jets card sell for this much, because usually they just do not. Him and Scheifele don't sell well, but with a patch like that, it's going to do okay, and that one did. Here's a Matt Sundin. These next two were mine as well. Matt Sundin, this is an overtime grading Mint 9, essential credentials from 2008, sold for $66, and the Jaromir Jagr sold for $255. I bought these at a local show here at the Overtime Show back in maybe November, and I bought them thinking that, I'm going to buy these and I'm going to end up selling them. They were cards that I did purchase to put in my own showcase. Had them in my showcase at a couple shows. They didn't sell, so I gave them to Slab Sharks to sell for me. And $255 on that, $66 on that one. I think I paid for the pair like $130 or something like that. So I did okay on those. This card, I couldn't believe what it sold for. 1,020 Canadian, 712 USD. I wanted to buy this so bad for my collection. Love this card. Only 15 made. Sakic and Sundin, both pictured with the Quebec Nordiques. That's definitely a Nordiques patch with the Sakic. The Sundin looks more like a Toronto patch to me though, but still, I wanted this card, and I was willing to pay up to like $600 for it, but I was well outmatched when it came to securing this one. It ends up getting 1,020, as I said. And let's see how many people. Well, two guys were willing to pay over $1,000 for it, and we had this guy with 20. Who knows if they're a shill bidder or not with that low feedback? But 1967. So a few people were willing to pay at least over $850. It looks like, or $800, I should say. So beautiful card. Wish I could have bought that one. Maybe we'll get ourselves another copy later. Another dual honorable numbers, dual patch auto from the Cup, Raymond Bourque and Victor Hedman. Really nice card here. Gets $355. I'm not convinced on this matchup, on this pairing, I should say, but I do like the full body shots. I think the card is well designed. $355 Canadian, $250 USD. Decided not to really throw a bid in on this, but next time I see a nice copy, maybe I will. Sold by Slab Sharks. Here's another one. I needed this for my set. What a beautiful patch on the Rick Nash with the star piece there. Numbered out of 10. Again, I have over 400 of these things from different years, and 0809 is a set I really want to get as many as I can. But 96 US, I just felt was too much for me to spend on a Rick Nash card. I'll maybe have to wait for a worse patch, and that'll be fine. This Gretzky Ultimate Collection patch auto at a 50. I was watching out of curiosity. My friends at AA Sports Cards Vahuda sold this for $635 USD. Beautiful card. Another really great card that they were offering. Gordie Howe 2007 The Cup Foundations Jersey Auto, on-card auto by Gordie Howe right there. Beautiful autograph. Only 10 copies produced. Ends up getting $735 US. Not too bad for, a non-patch card, because there is a patch variation of this of these foundations. Usually, I don't know if Gordie Howe had a patch parallel that year, but if he didn't, that makes this card even better, in my opinion. Here's a beautiful emblems of endorsement. Wayne Gretzky, dual patch out of 10 for the Gretzky. But these are very simple patches. I don't even know where they are from. Official NHL game, it says. Not sure what game this gray patch comes from, but really great autograph. Gets $2,036 USD, even with the two one-color patches. This card is spectacular, guys. This is from Upper Deck Ultimate Collection. Lemieux, Gretzky, quad patch, dual auto, on-card autos. Those Gretzky patches are really nice. It'd be nicer if those Lemieux had more colors, maybe some white or some black in there as well. But this card's great. It gets 7,400 USD at auction from Pinnacle Sports Cards, who's been selling lots of great Gretzky cards lately, including this one right here. This is an honorable numbers, numbered out of 9, sells for 3,800 and a quarter USD by Pinnacle. What a great looking card right there. I love the patch on the left. And then a Patrick Kane Cup RPA tribute. His original, his Cup RPA is 0708. This is a tribute to the 0910 year that came out in 2018. I just think it's a beautiful card. 306 US, a very fair price. Now, I love these cards. I love the Cup patch tributes. If a player already had a true RPA in the Cup, I try not to add those to my collection. I want tribute Cup RPAs for players who didn't actually have Cup RPAs. That seems a little redundant to me this way. I might have made an exception for this one. I didn't. This was sold by. It's interesting too that PSA sold the CGC card here, but I guess one of their clients had it in the vault and put it to sale. 306 US on that card. This Kopitar Cup base patch auto parallel out of 8 did 293 Canadian. Seems cheap to me. He's a guaranteed Hall of Famer, guys. He's got Stanley Cups, but for whatever reason, just doesn't get the love that some of the other superstars in the league do. Maybe because he's not a Crosby and Ovechkin, but he's from that era. And then finally, this Chris Pronger first year Cup honorable numbers, numbered 1 of 44. Cool patches. Now the patches are from St. Louis, while the jersey he's pictured in is with the Oilers, so that's a bit of a mismatch there. The auto's decent. I'm not a big fan of black autos. I like them in blue. Seller was asking 290 US, and they end up accepting 220. So I kind of look at that sometimes like, okay, that's indicative of if I see another card by this seller, the Reverend Fletcher, and they're going to put up a buy it now, how much wiggle room do they have? Well, in this case, he was willing to accept 220 over 290, whatever that percentage works out to. A little bit instructive when, in the future, if you're going to buy something from that guy, when you might make an offer. And the last card we're looking at is this Pavel Bure NHL Glory Auto, 1,228 Canadian, 858 USD. These are numbered out of 10. And this one, while this is the vertical parallel, I'm just kidding. I just don't. Why would you put a picture up like this? Why would you put it straight? Like, it's a little bit amateur by this eBay seller, but nonetheless, I think whoever's going to buy this card knows what it is, so it probably doesn't matter too much. 1288 on that one. All right, guys, that's it for this this episode of the eBay watch list ended review. Lots of my cards in there. Hope that didn't take away from the episode, and maybe you got to see that we all lose money on cards here and there. You make some money on some sometimes as well, guys. Please check out, show some love to all of Sports Cards Live's partners and sponsors. And again, I want to welcome our new sponsors in February: GP Sports Cards, Chronozio, and Rolling Insights. There are links to all their websites in the description, as well as every other partner and sponsor that we have here. And tag is no longer up there, only because I ran out of room. So, but as everybody seems to know, except for a couple people, apparently, I am an investor in tag grading, but I'm not involved in their day-to-day operations. I sit in on the investor calls. That's it. I'm not involved with them other than being an investor and an admirer of what they're doing there, guys. That's it for this one. It's Monday. Have a great week, everybody. And if you'd like to submit cards to sell on eBay with Slab Sharks, but you would like the pros to handle it for you, taking care of all the scanning, the listing, dealing with the customers, handling complaints, non-payments, returns, all that, Slab Sharks will do it for you. I can be your Slab Sharks rep, your point of contact. I will help even give you advice, be it somewhat of your hobby coach. If you'd like, reach out to me directly, jeremy@slabsharks.com, or send me a DM on Instagram. Guys, have a great rest of your week. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you.